But I'm also fine with saying what I gotta say, and then if y'all still believe the lie, then that's fine too. But how about this? Let's just stop leaking stuff. Let's just stop leaking stuff, y'all. I'm tired. And I don't want to feel, I'm about to keep talking about this, and I also don't want to feel like I'm walking on eggshells, like, oh my God, I have a movie coming out. That means a fake rumor's about to come out. Another thing about the divorce is about to come out. Okay, I have this movie coming out. Oh God, and we're just waiting for something to, it's too much. It's too much.
The internet is absolutely stunned as shocking reports flood in about a terrifying altercation involving Iman Shumpert and Aaron. What began as a heated disagreement spiraled out of control within minutes. Teyana Taylor, caught in the middle of this horrifying chaos, had no choice but to call 911 in desperation. According to witnesses, Iman launched a violent attack on Aaron in a fit of jealous rage, leaving everyone present in fear for their lives. Screams, the sound of glass shattering, and chaos rang out from inside the home. It was more than a fight. It was a near tragedy that shook the neighborhood. The intensity of the situation sent shockwaves through social media, and fans of Teyana are left speechless by the disturbing scene. This wasn't just a spat. It was an emotional explosion caught in real time. Aaron was reportedly left bruised and shaken, while Iman had to be restrained by others at the scene. For Teyana, the idea, fear was real, and so was the threat to her family. This terrifying event didn't come out of nowhere. Sources close to the family say the tension had been rising for weeks. Iman was reportedly growing more and more suspicious of Aaron's presence around Teyana and her daughter. Aaron, who has been spending increasing time with them, was believed to be stepping into a role Iman once held dearly. Insiders claim that Iman felt like Aaron was trying to replace him, not just as Teyana's partner, but in their daughter's life too. The emotional strain was building, and eventually, something snapped. Iman reportedly arrived unannounced during a private family moment. Aaron attempted to keep things calm, but Iman was already heated. Witnesses say Iman accused Aaron of trying to steal his family, and it quickly turned physical. A push turned into a punch, and the entire situation unraveled violently within seconds. In a panic, Teyana called 911, fearing for everyone's safety, including her daughter's. Teyana's 911 call was a cry for help that no one could ignore. Reports say her voice was trembling as she told dispatch that things were spiraling fast. She was heard crying and begging for emergency assistance, warning that someone could die if help didn't come immediately. The urgency in her voice sent first responders rushing to the scene without hesitation. Neighbors described hearing sirens, seeing flashing lights, and witnessing the arrival of multiple police units and medics. Teyana reportedly met them outside, her home, visibly shaken, tears streaming down her face. Inside, Aaron was barely able to stand from the injuries he'd suffered. Meanwhile, Iman was reportedly still enraged, being restrained by two other men who had been present. Police stepped in quickly to de-escalate the situation, separating the two men and calming Teyana down. The entire scene looked like something straight out of a crime drama, except this was painfully real. Teyana is now dealing with the emotional trauma from the fight, and it's hitting her hard. According to people close to her, she is devastated by what happened, and never imagined the tension between Iman and Aaron would explode in such a dangerous way. She's especially heartbroken that her daughter had to witness the chaos firsthand. Teyana has reportedly been saying she just wanted a peaceful home and a stable environment for her child. Now, she feels like that peace has been shattered. The idea that her family is being torn apart by jealousy and violence has left her emotionally exhausted. She's said to be considering taking legal steps, including filing for restraining orders, and even seeking full custody to better control the situation. Friends have rallied around her, offering emotional support and helping her process the trauma. Meanwhile, fans continue to flood her social media with messages of love, concern, and encouragement. As details emerge, Many are starting to question Iman's mental stability in recent months. Reports suggest that Iman has been showing signs of emotional distress and jealousy ever since Teyana and Aaron became closer. Those within Iman's circle claim he hasn't been the same and has struggled to handle the breakup with Teyana. Friends say he's been drinking more frequently and lashing out in ways that seem erratic and uncharacteristic. For many, the signs were there long before this fight broke out. Iman is believed to still harbor feelings for Teyana, which might explain his explosive reaction to Aaron's role in her life. After the fight, police observed Iman acting confused and aggressive, even toward officers. He reportedly began ranting about betrayal and being disrespected. This behavior is now prompting concern about his overall mental health, and authorities may be keeping a close eye on him to prevent future incidents. On the other side, Aaron is reportedly still reeling from the violent encounter. He's told friends and law enforcement that he was blindsided by the attack and insists he had no intention of disrespecting Iman. In fact, Aaron says he's only ever tried to support Teyana and be present in her daughter's life. Despite being badly shaken and injured, Aaron is reportedly working with his legal team to explore protective measures. Sources close to him say he's considering filing for a restraining order against Iman. He wants to ensure that Teyana and her daughter remain safe from any further emotional or physical harm. So far, Aaron has chosen to remain silent publicly, but behind closed doors, he is said to be furious and determined not to let this go. He believes Iman's behavior has crossed a dangerous line and is now a serious threat to the family's peace. As the news of the incident continues to circulate, both fans and celebrities are reacting with intensity. Social media platforms are flooded with posts expressing concern, criticism, sympathy, and support. A growing number of users are condemning Iman's behavior, urging him to seek professional help to deal with what many are calling dangerous and toxic patterns. These reactions are not only from casual observers. Public figures and celebrities have begun to add their voices, amplifying the conversation and offering their support to Teyana. Many are praising her strength and resilience, pointing out that no one deserves to be trapped in such a volatile environment. At the same time, a large segment of fans is showing a great deal of empathy for Teyana, calling her brave for enduring so much and expressing hope that she finds peace and healing. Several are emphasizing the importance of supporting women who find themselves in emotionally abusive or threatening situations, noting how difficult it is to recognize the full extent of the damage while inside the relationship. The hashtags Yashas, Protect Teyana, and Yarsh Stop. The violence have quickly gained momentum, trending across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, reflecting a groundswell of public sentiment centered around the need for safety, justice, and accountability. However, not all reactions have been purely sympathetic. Some fans have expressed frustration, questioning why Teyana didn't speak up or take action sooner. These opinions, while perhaps well-intentioned, often fail to consider the complex psychological and emotional factors that victims of abuse face. Others have stepped in to remind the public that it is often incredibly difficult for victims to recognize red flags in the moment, and that fear, love, or hope for change can cloud judgment. There is a growing awareness that survivors should not be blamed for the actions of their abusers, and that hindsight often brings clarity that isn't available in the moment. What nearly everyone can agree on is that the safety of Teyana's daughter must be the highest priority. As people debate the details and implications of the incident, a powerful and consistent message is emerging. Children should never be exposed to harmful domestic situations. This incident has sparked a broader conversation about emotional and psychological abuse, the warning signs of toxic relationships, and the necessity of putting children's well-being first in all circumstances. In the wake of this explosive confrontation, many are watching to see what will happen next. According to emerging reports, authorities are still assessing the full scope of the incident and have not yet confirmed whether criminal charges will be filed against Iman. If evidence supports the more serious allegations, he could face legal consequences, including charges such as assault, emotional abuse, or reckless endangerment. Such developments could dramatically shift the public narrative, and legal proceedings may become highly visible if they move forward in court. On the other side, Teyana is believed to be considering her legal options. She may pursue a restraining order or take steps to modify existing custody arrangements to ensure the safety of herself and her daughter. If the situation continues to escalate, or if new threats emerge, family court could become involved, and the process may either unfold in the public eye or be handled behind closed doors. There is also talk of Aaron, who may have also been involved or threatened during the incident, seeking legal protection of his own. If he continues to feel unsafe or receives additional threats, he too may pursue legal recourse. This situation doesn't just have legal implications, it may also carry significant consequences for Iman's career. Public opinion is already turning sharply against him, especially in light of the silence from his end. Many fans and commentators are awaiting a statement or apology, but as of now, he has not made any public attempt to take responsibility or explain his actions. If he continues to avoid addressing the issue, his public image may suffer long-term damage. Sponsorships, endorsements, and career opportunities could be at risk if brands and organizations begin to distance themselves from the controversy. Speculation about Iman's next move is widespread. Some believe that a sincere and accountable public apology could begin to repair some of the damage, while others argue that no amount of words can undo the harm caused. Meanwhile, Teyana is receiving an outpouring of support from fans, friends, and fellow artists, many of whom are urging her to prioritize her healing and her daughter's well-being above all else. This incident has also prompted a larger, society-wide conversation about the signs of emotional manipulation, jealousy, and the many forms abuse can take. It has highlighted how difficult it can be for victims to speak up or seek help, and how crucial it is for communities to rally around them when they do. The public response has been powerful, and it continues to evolve as new details emerge. One thing remains clear. This story is not just about a celebrity dispute. It's about the importance of awareness, safety, and the responsibility society has to support those in vulnerable situations. Teyana's emergency 911 call wasn't just a reaction. It was a desperate act to save her loved ones from a dangerous moment spiraling out of control. The incident revealed deep emotional wounds and unresolved anger that had been simmering for too long. Iman's violent outburst nearly ended in tragedy, and while Aaron survived physically, the emotional scars left on everyone involved won't fade anytime soon. This wasn't some reality show drama. It was a sobering reminder of how fast unchecked emotions can destroy lives. Teyana is now left with the burden of protecting her family and figuring out what comes next. With the spotlight shining intensely on them, every move will be watched, analyzed, and debated. For fans, the hope is that peace, safety, and healing become the priority. The situation is far from over, and decisions made in the coming days could change the trajectory of everyone's lives. One terrifying night, one phone call, and now a family's future hangs in the balance.